This forest is on the Schorf Heath to the northeast of Berlin. It's approximately 75 kilometers or so from Berlin. To my left would be the Großdöllnersee, but the forest is blocking it. But as I was driving up here, I could see it quite clearly at times through the forest. And there's another lake to the right, but that's not quite at that level yet, as far according to the GPS. I left my vehicle a couple of hundred meters behind me because it was the sign up saying 2.8 tons. My vehicle is 3.5 tons, and so therefore I'm sure there's no police control points around here, but I'm a stickler for the rules. If it says 2.8, it means 2.8. This is the road into Karenhal, the former luxury residence of Hermann Goering. One of his luxury residences, he had quite a few. It wasn't just this one. And so let's have a walk up the next few hundred meters to get there. So Goering named the this house, well, mansion, after his first wife, and by the time he started building this, she'd been dead for some time. He married again, Emmy Sommerfeld, 4 years after the death of Karin, his first wife. I did a video on his first wife, by the way. I might do a video on his second wife as well. And he did have an Emmihal as well, but that is on the Romanturn Heath, which is now in Krasnolesye, which is near Kaliningrad. So it's in Russia. Now, yesterday I did a video of me walking into the former Goebbels home, and I have to say that there's a big difference between the two. The first thing is that this is definitely more out in the sticks than the Goebbels home is or was. The Goebbels home, although it was deep in the forest when it was built in the times of East Germany, a large complex was built around it. Now, this is further from Berlin to start off with. It's twice as much again, and so it's really suitable, I suppose, for those trying to get a lot of away from it all. Now, there, okay, so we have the Wandlersee, I think it's called, down there. And now, when Karin was buried, what happened was that she was buried in Sweden, and after there were protests in Sweden about Goering using her grave for political purposes, the authorities had some kind of protest or something, and Goering decided to have her reburied here, and she got a grave overlooking the Wandlersee, and there's photographs of it as well. I think it might even be a film of it, and that her grave was actually removed in, I think it was 1999, because it was seen as a potential place for pilgrimages of ex-Nazis. In Germany, they're really tough on these things. Where the fear of a Nazi revival, and in my opinion, this is about the last country in the world where that is likely to happen. But shows that they're very sensitive about their history. Another big difference, and this is a big negative difference, is that here there's no shortage of mosquitoes. Now yesterday I did get bitten twice despite using rather strong spray on my body, but I didn't really notice the mosquitoes. Here, as soon as I opened the motorhome door, bang, there they were, waiting. Meals on wheels, they must have thought. Waldhof Karinhal. Sign. Now I knew there'd be information because there always is in Germany, but there were no signs on the way here. So we can see it under construction. Possibly what the first building was like. There's Hitler with Goering, and that was when Karin was buried 20th of June 1934. There we have Goering with, is that Lord Halifax? Indeed it is. There you go. 20th of November 1937. And General, the Japanese ambassador Oshima, he was a visitor here several times. I think he also went to Goebbels' place as well. And right, so that is the. Oh, this was the extension that was planned in the second one, 1945. Extension planned, and that was what it looked like on the 20th of April 1945 after being blown up. Let's have a look inside. You might have thought that all these trees falling down would have bothered Goering as he was coming in and out. Now, Times Sea stone, which looks as though it doesn't come from here, such as this one here. Ah, and there is something, some archaeological discovery. So here we can see part of what would have possibly have been the foundations, or the maybe that's an underground, what you call a cellar or something along those lines. See, there's metal reinforcement there for possibly for a floor. There are people who have been here looking for treasure. I'm not a treasure hunter. In the first place, the chances of finding anything are next to nothing. But irrespective of that, the treasure wouldn't actually belong to the person who finds it anyway. That is an interesting thing about the Hitler diaries, legal point, who they would actually have belonged to had the Hitler diaries been genuine. This, as far as I can tell, is part of the house where I am now, as far as I can tell. Oh, it's very, not very, but a bit wet underfoot. So where the clearing is, that was probably where the house was. And here we're coming outside the house. Remarkable how the foresters reclaimed all this land. So it does go to show that it is possible. Down here we've got the lake. Something metal. Could there be anything under that? I doubt it, but I'm not pulling it up anyway. Ceramic. Perhaps from a roof, I don't know. Brick. Now, according to GPS, this is approximately the centre of the house. So having come out of Goering's Karen Hall, this was all part of Karen Hall here, but this is the other side of the track. There's a photograph, for example, Hitler here with Goering, a lot of photographs, and it was somewhere down here, but where exactly, I don't know. And the mausoleum, I believe, has been removed. We can see here how the foresters have been taking away the trees. I did a, not really a course, but I went to Sweden in 2010, and I was shown how they harvest the trees and how they choose the trees and then how they replant the trees. So what they do is they take in a certain area a certain amount, leave the others, and that we can see here. I could be completely wrong, and I probably am, but I think, I would guess, that the grave, the mausoleum to his first wife, was in this point here. And I'm just now going off memory from the photographs. Right, now I should really have a photograph in front of me, study the photograph and work it out from that. And although of course I've got to appreciate that the land has also changed, but I think it's more or less in this spot here. Although I've seen no archaeological evidence such as stones or anything like that to back up the belief. This is Friedrichswalde by Eberswalde, and this, I think, can be seen as the starting point for a trip to Carinhal, although this really, in my case, is at the very end. The reason I say that is because I sort of came in round the back way, and now I followed the track out, went back and got my van, and then sort of got back onto the road to Goering's place. And the road has got this cobbled surface there for quite a way when you come out of the forest tracks, and you go over a bridge called Judenbrücke, which I thought was quite curious. That also was called Judenbrücke when Goering was going over it, the Jews Bridge. And then you come to the magnificent gates, which are still there, and there's houses on either side which are lived in, and the houses on either side which are lived in may have been there. I can't tell, I don't know about architecture to say how old something is. And so that is more, in my opinion, the way to go it, should you want to visit. Now, I see what I do. It's not just a history channel, but history's living, and we want us to say the truth about history so that we can learn from history, but we can also learn for doing other things, such as having a good time coming out to here to Germany in the summer. And so see me also as a person with tourist ideas. And so what I'm going to suggest here is that you look on this also as a tourist video, and therefore I suggest you came this way. But anyway, for the moment, for me in Friedrichswalde in Germany, thanks very much for watching. Hope you found that interesting. I upload every Friday 2000 hours Central European time, and there will be a longer video on Carinhal using historical photographs rather than just this one, which is sort of a tourist visit with an attempt to try and identify things largely from memory of a map, which wasn't at all very scientific or professional. But anyway, that's the way I did it, and I think that's the way most people would be doing something like this as well. Yeah, I'll put the photo of the thing though, just to show that I'm still here. I've also changed my clothes. I was in the forest, so I had on my protective clothing, including headwear, and because of the mosquitoes. But now I can put short trousers, sandals and t-shirt back on again. So, which again, Friedrichswalde, and I'll show you, looking down here, and I'll have to turn the camera around again. There's my fantastic mode of transport, and I'll leave you with a look down here, standing in Bahnhofstrasse. That's the Bahnhof, the railway station, and down there we've got this rather charming looking street. Thanks for being here.